AI is making Minecraft videos now, but they are only a few seconds long at the moment, and they're not quite indistinguishable yet. But let's say it does get to that point. What does that mean for those who enjoy making Minecraft videos, or any other video for that matter? For those who enjoy watching them, what is the significance of this shift? And what is the philosophical solutions we can begin to understand about the changing world among us? Not many of you have probably seen it because I didn't just come across it. I searched up if there was a VO3 video out there attempting to capture Minecraft's nature, VO3 being the latest video generator, and boy is it good. I did find a couple that obviously seem AI generated, but there was one that I did find, posted recently, that was pretty damn spot on, and I could have fallen for it if I just viewed it once. Now, I'm pretty sure you have seen other AI generated videos imagining Minecraft, but those end up being a weird fever dream with no logical sense from frame to frame. But this one was completely different. At the end of the day, you could still tell that it was AI generated because there were certain artifacts and movements that also just didn't make sense, but this one was completely different. AI tools like VO3 can now generate pixel-perfect gameplay that is complete with mining sequences, mob encounters, and even rendered shaders. To the average viewer, it's indistinguishable from actual Minecraft footage. It's pretty wild. Unfortunately, YouTube is now being swarmed by a bunch of new channels made up of AI-generated videos, music, voiceovers, everything. Interesting topics just don't seem authentic anymore if they are being presented by AI. It makes me appreciate the creators who have established the standards of what it means to be a YouTuber. These AI channels just are not it. This new AI frontier can feel unsettling. People who spend hours recording, editing, and attempting to perfect their content might have to get in line behind more serious societal factors like job replacements, propaganda, and a complete change of the world we know. If you enjoy this video, feel free to subscribe. It doesn't cost you anything, but it does show me that my videos resonate with people. Stay to the end. I think you'll need to hear all of it. Enjoy. Let's think a little bit into the near future and say, hypothetically, if AI can spit out multiple high-end quality Let's Play videos in minutes, what does that mean for the human creator who spends days crafting a single tutorial? What does that mean about the content me and everyone else might start to consume? Well, I am pretty optimistic still. There is hope, at least in this domain, this blocky, nostalgic, and meaningful corner of the internet. It may be a small beacon of hope. A couple of years ago, when Midjourney, DALL-E, and a bunch of other AI image generators were introduced, people were very anxious about what that would mean for human-created art, and it began to question people's meaning, purpose, and started asking artists what it meant to be human in art. Well, that was actually a passable hurdle that was fairly easy to get over. The answer was simple. It was being authentic. AI generates images. Humans create art intentionally. It'll be hard for AI to blend the two. People can just show themselves creating the art that they are showing off to the world. Everything the person makes is intentional. Even the mistakes. It's almost to the point where imperfect art holds untold value over any generated image. But this isn't the first time artists were questioned about their passion. When photographs were first introduced, people had to face the same philosophical dilemmas, but that really didn't stop them. I'm not a musician, but they are being asked the same philosophical questions too, because some AI generated music even has a human-like soul feeling behind it. And audible mistakes. It might be a little bit harder, but I am still very optimistic about overcoming these hurdles, which leads us into creating the content that speaks for us, shows the world who we are and why we create. Minecraft videos fall under this veil. What happens when AI generated Let's Plays with AI generated voices, generated builds, and stories start filling up our feeds? Do we get buried in this void even more, but this time we won't get seen or heard? Spending days on a stunning build, scripting a narrative, and editing every cut only to have an AI clone channel pump out 10 new videos in the time it took you to film one. View counts and watch hours move algorithms. If those AI clips flood the feeds, hard, authentic work is at risk of being buried, and you might be left wondering why your world becomes to feel even more synthetic. You will yearn for the authenticity of the entertainment that once brought you joy and freedom. Every video you watch now might be at risk to suffer from this fate, but there will be one wall that will always stand, and that's the simple fact that we can weed out what is truly authentic. AI can mimic visuals, but it can't replicate genuine surprises, reactions, and storytelling. and the day when it can is far and might not ever happen. Authenticity is what keeps you loyal to your passions. Whether you are creating them or enjoying them, AI lacks that human spark. As viewers, we value genuine storytelling, watching a creator's journey from novice to master, laughing with them through failures and celebrating their victories. That emotional connection is impossible for AI. Though, look at how it might reshape the film industry. We are not that far from the first movie created entirely from AI to be shown in theaters. So while AI might flood YouTube with generic videos, there's still a massive place for creators who care about quality, community, and authenticity, and an even bigger space for those who will seek them out. At its core, this shift raises a deeper question. What is the value of human creativity? AI can analyze patterns and replicate visuals, but it cannot feel the thrill of invention or the frustration of a build, project, or an art piece gone wrong. Philosophers argue that true meaning emerges from internal struggle and self-expression. Well, we are the philosophers of tomorrow. Our society struggles to even define itself. Humanity is fighting for meaning, perhaps now more than ever. If I may, when I was 14, I had my first existential dilemma. A teacher of mine lectured the class about the growth of the human population on Earth. He Googled a live counter and kept it projected on the wall for the duration of his lecture. 7.3 billion people, increasing by 2 every second. I don't even remember what the lecture was about. All I remember was being dumbfounded by the sheer thought of trying to imagine what 7.3 billion people looked like. I asked myself, why the hell am I even here? I felt pretty insignificant. Well, that feeling is present in all of us, and it might skyrocket when we not only have to battle with the reality that we are one among 8.2 billion people now, but that our passions, our limits, our art is being exploited at an unmatched level for the average individual. In existential terms, creating is an act of asserting your being into the world. AI might simulate that character, but it cannot simulate your intentionality. The philosophical solution, then, is to recognize that meaning arises from the embodied, imperfect human journey, a journey AI cannot replicate. As AI-generated content rises, authenticity becomes a rare and precious commodity. Viewers might swipe past a generic AI video, but they'll stick around for the creator who shares a heartfelt story, beautiful drawing, cinematic video, or navigates a Minecraft world in real time with his or her real voice and actions. Your authentic personality, your quirks, your laughter, your occasional frustration, is your brand's soul. Keep reminding yourself that authenticity cannot be faked. Showcase your failures alongside of your successes. When you lean more into authenticity, you create an emotional bond that AI cannot replicate, something far more enduring than generated footage. You will have to adapt. You might actually have to use AI as a tool to learn something, but that is the key. To stand out back then, even before AI, was difficult for the average person. That hasn't changed. Only a few selected individuals watching this video will triumph over the overwhelming obstacles heading their way. Be that individual. Stand out. Not too long ago, I watched a video of a person drawing a figure while talking about life, art, and he said something during his commentary that should have hit me earlier in my journey, but for some reason it just caught on. It was that creating art should not be easy. It should be hard, and that's what will give it intense meaning. And he was right. No matter how hard you are trying to work and finish your project, your video, your art piece, it might not be enough. You might not even be honest with yourself if you are trying your hardest to produce the best you can. And most of us don't like to face that reality, but again, those who do are the ones who stand out, the ones who are going to propel human struggle and creation forward. Heck, even AI is a consequence of that, a creation that, without its future implications, was one hell of an achievement for the modern world. In reality, wouldn't you say authenticity has declined? Like if it was a stock in today's societal market that has just entirely crashed. As I think more about AI's implications on our entertainment, way of living, and mental health, we have been on a decline for a while, well before AI. Perhaps some may view it differently, but we often look up, follow, and believe the wrong ideas. Really, we all have been victims to this. The world we know has turned on the human spirit. It hasn't enslaved us. Not yet, but we have enslaved ourselves to feed on anything and everything that is given to us. It is a matrix of algorithmic, fake dopaminergic enslavement. Break out of it. Strive to be someone more, not to be like someone else. The standards, social media, society, and even the communities we live in don't always have the best interests for us. To them, we are just one insignificant number among 8.2 billion. But you are more than that. Sometimes all you need is to hear that. Create art, tell your stories, show off your builds and projects to the world. There is an audience out there for you. Find them. I'd say about 1,000 people ever will watch this to the end. If you're one of those people, I hope things go well for you, and I hope this video resonated with you. If it did, let me know. Subscribe, comment. I'm having a great time with these videos, and I'm just gonna keep pumping out more. Thank you all for watching.